Okay, Assalamualaikum and good morning everyone. How's your weekend? I hope you are feeling good and despite this cold weather, I hope you can always stay safe. Okay, for today, you are again with me, Ms. NOORZAILATIL AKMA binti Muhammad Zain from Sekolah Menengah Tahfiz Al-Quran Jaim Cendera. And for today, I will cater on a very simple subject, a simple topic. It is sentence structure. It is simple, but it can have a huge role, especially in your paper writing, in writing paper. And I think you have learned this throughout your school session. And as usual, my session will be just a revision. So if you have doubt, you can always ask question here. Okay. So without further ado, so let's start with our sessions today. First of all, I would like to draw your attention to this part, to this aspect. This is the separation of assessment focus. Okay, this is used for the examiners and your teachers in marking your writing paper. Okay, for marking your writing paper, there are 4 criteria that we or the teachers looked at in order to give you marks. The first one is content. See, the second one is CA, your communicative achievement, and your organization as well as your language. Okay, so you are aware of these 4 elements in marking criteria, but for most cases, especially what happened within the school or among the students, okay, they will struggle at this part, the language part. Okay, in marking criteria, the language, in awarding language mark, the markers should look at the tenses, the grammar, the vocabulary, the sentence structure, okay, and your your flexibility in using the language. Okay, and among those elements in language, the one that I'm focusing today will be the structure, on how you can vary your structure so that at the end of the session, you can apply and you can write not only simple sentence, but you can apply other type of sentence in your writing. Okay, let's have a look at language assessment. Okay, first for part one which is email short writing task. Okay, the requirement for the language especially for structure is, okay, use simple grammatical form with a good degree of control. Okay, here it means that for part one, if you can use simple sentence correctly and you have good control of it, you can be awarded or mark can be awarded to you. Okay, this criteria, this descriptor is for score 5, for score of 5. Okay, so for part 1, if you can write simple grammatical form and you write it correctly, you can get 5 mark for your language. And let's proceed to part 2, the criteria for grammar structure. Okay, use a range of simple and some complex grammatical form with a good degree of control. Okay, if you notice in part 2, there is indicator of using a range of. So you need to versatile your structure. Okay, you should use simple as well as complex structure, and you can add compound structure that. Okay, let's have a look to part 3. Okay, part 3 uses a range of simple and complex grammatical form with control and flexibility. Okay, here again, uses a range of simple and complex grammatical form, but the difference within part 2 and part 3 is with control and flexibility. It means that you can juggle or you can switch. Okay, this part for this sentence, you can use the mixture of compound and complex. You can use simple, and in each paragraph, you have the range or mixture of all the sentence structure. Sorry, proceed. Okay, And how can you how to improve your writing? Okay, for obviously for grammar, for tenses, for the vocabulary. Okay, especially vocabulary. Vocabulary is something that you need to acquire. It cannot be learned in class only. For vocabulary, your teacher can only provide you with vocabulary in class. So if you want more, you need to do a lot more reading, and you need to do a lot more of finding. So, but the things that you can control within your ability during writing is you can control your sentence structure. Okay, so let's have a look at the type of sentence structure that we have in English. Okay, oh sorry. Okay, these are three sentence structure, basic sentence structure that we have in English. We have one more, which is compound complex structure. And if we have time today, we will try to discuss on that. Okay. So for basic one, we have simple structure. We have compound structure, and then we also have complex structure. Okay. But before I discuss one by one, let me highlight, or let me clarify the two terms that we are going to use throughout the session. Okay, the first term is independent clause. Okay, anyone can guess what is the meaning of independent clause? Okay, independent clause is a clause that can stand alone in a sentence. It expresses a complete thought. Okay, to simplify what independent clause is, okay, independent clause will mean a complete sentence. Okay, when you read the sentence, you know that the meaning is done. Okay, the meaning is complete and you can understand it. With even though it is simple structure, but the meaning is complete. So that is why we call it as independent clause. And we do not need any subordinate conjunction, or we do not need any other part of speech to support the clause. Okay, and the second term that I might use throughout the session, sorry, not I might use, but I will use throughout the session will be independent clause. Okay, the difference between independent clause and dependent clause is independent clause can stand alone, but for dependent clause, okay, it cannot stand alone as a complete sentence. So when you read the sentence, if it did not express the complete thought, then it is dependent clause. And usually dependent clause, if we want to use it, we need to have support from, we need to have something to support it, the other part of speech to support the dependent clause. All right, okay. Okay, for example, let's have a look at this one. This sentence here, this very simple sentence here. Okay, the argument started when she took my book. Okay, here, if you notice, the one that I highlighted in yellow is the independent clause. Okay, I put IC as the acronym for independent clause. Okay, why the yellow highlight sentence is independent clause? Okay, let's read it, that part. The argument started. Okay, when we read that part, okay, we understand that, oh, the argument has started. There is argument there. So it expresses complete thought. Okay, while the one I highlighted in purple, when she took my book. Okay, when she took my book. Okay, when she took my book, it means the sentence itself, when you read it, you will have another question. When? Why? Okay. Okay, here, if you notice, this is we call as subordinating conjunction. And this here did not express complete thought, so we call it as dependent clause. Okay, it cannot stand alone. It need to have the support from subordinating conjunction. Okay, let's proceed. Okay, here we have simple sentence. Okay, simple sentence will be very easy because I think most of you apply simple sentence. You know how to use simple sentence. Okay, even in your writing or even when you are speaking, most students they have the tendency to use simple sentence most of the time. Okay. Okay, let's see what is simple sentence. Okay, simple sentence is a sentence that consists of just one independent clause. Okay, the keyword is here. One independent clause. Okay, again, independent clause means a sentence that express complete thought. Okay, complete thought or complete meaning. Okay, let's have a look at the example that we have here. I know the answer. Okay, so it's clear that you know that I know the answer. Okay, the meaning is clear. The criminal killed a woman. Okay, here again it express clear and complete idea. Okay, this will be the sentence construction, some rules or some formula that you can use to construct simple sentence. Okay, the most basic one is, okay, we have S plus V. Okay, S plus V means subject plus verb. Okay, I think you are, I believe you are familiar with this formula, with this structure, with this form of construction. Okay, just that, as I mentioned, this is the revision. Okay, the second one is, oh sorry, the second one is S plus V plus O. Okay, S again subject. Okay, V the verb, and we add another O, which is the object. Object of the sentence, not object as in the literal subjects. Object, sorry. And the third one, we have subject plus, okay, we have two verbs there. We call it as compound, okay, sorry, this one. Compound predicate. Okay, we have one subject and we have compound predicate. Okay, this is also one of the structure for simple sentence. Okay, the following one, see, before this we have compound predicate. Okay, the next one we have compound subject. Not compound sentence, but we call it as compound subject. Compound subject means there are two nouns here, okay, sharing the same verb. Okay. Okay. Then the last one, we also have the combination of, okay, compound subject plus compound predicate. Okay. So we have the mixture of form number 3 and number 4. Okay. Don't worry, we will see the example. Okay. Okay, this is example of some of structure for each structure just now. Okay, let's have a look at the first one. The criminal escape. Okay, the criminal here is the subject and this is the verb. So this apply the construction, the form number 1, which is S plus verb. Okay, and okay, let's have a look at the second one. The criminal escaped the prison. Okay, now we know that the criminal, okay, we know that the criminal is the subject, escape is the verb. Okay, what about the prison? What is the prison here? What is the function of the prison? Okay, the prison here is the object of the sentence. Okay, let's have a look at example number 3. Example number 3. The criminal and his friend escaped the prison. Okay. So here, focus on the highlight, yellow highlight. Okay, the criminal would be one subject and his friend will be another subject. Okay, escape is verb and the present is O. So for example number 3, it apply the formula of S plus S plus V plus O. Okay, here is the formula. We call this as compound subject. Okay, compound subject. Okay, what about the last one? Okay, the last one. The criminal and his friend escaped the prison but were caught later. Okay, so here we have the compound subject and escaped the prison and later were caught. Okay, this one will be the example for which structure do you think it is? Which structure do you think it is? Okay, here first we can use, okay, this one is S S V. Okay, what about this one? But were caught later. But later were caught. But were caught later. Okay, were here is also the verb. So this is for S plus S plus V plus O. Okay. Alright, okay, let's try. Let's do a simple exercise here. Okay, let's match this one. Let's match the structure with the example. Okay, let's start with the first rule, which is SVO, subject plus verb plus object. Okay, which of the statement number 1 until number 4 it is that match the sentence? Which match the structure? Okay, so SVO means subject. You only have one subject. Then you have one verb and you have one object. So can you have a look? Can you have a quick look? Where is it? Okay, so here the answer for this one is number 4. Jack liked fishing. Okay, here this is the normal simple sentence with normal predicate. Okay, one subject, one verb, one predicate. Okay, B, S plus compound verb plus O. Okay, which one do you think it is? Okay, the keyword is refer. This one has one subject. It has two verb. Okay, can you quickly clarify or identify it? Okay, if you notice here, let's have quick analyze. Okay, number 1, 2, and 3. Which one of these only have one subject, which is the noun of the sentence? Okay, see, we only have Jack. And likes fishing, but hates hunting. Okay, likes here is the verb, hates is the verb. So this will be the answer for B. Okay, robot C, subject. Okay, here we have compound subject. Compound subject. Okay, please refer to number 1 and number 2. Which one of it has two noun but only one verb? Okay, I think it is clear cut. For number C, the answer is number 1. Shafiqah Syamil, number 3. Or number 3 would be the answer for B. Okay, C, the answer for C is number 1. Okay, last one is plus the compound subject plus compound verb plus object. Okay, here, so we only left with this one. Okay, Jack and Jill will be the compound subject. And likes, hates, we have compound verb. Okay, so that's why, okay, this is the structure. This is how you can vary your structure. Okay, make your mm, variety of structures. Even though it's simple sentence, but you have variety of it. Okay, let's proceed. Okay, let's proceed to the next one, which is the compound sentence. Okay, compound sentence would be, okay, a compound sentence is a sentence with at least two independent clause. Okay, for simple sentence, it only consists of one independent clause. But for compound sentence, it should have at least two independent clause. Okay, please refer to the example that I have here. Okay, I have a rabbit and she has a cat. Okay, here I have a rabbit is one simple sentence with one independent clause. She has a cat. Okay, this one is also a simple sentence. Okay, so simple sentence plus another simple sentence. Okay, okay, to make things easier for you, you can just take note that, okay, compound sentence, okay, this will be a very easy and simple language that I can use. Okay, compound sentence will be the combination of two simple sentence. Okay, and how can you combine the two simple sentences in one sentence and construct one sentence? Okay, basically, we combine the two simple sentence we construct compound sentence by putting the conjunction, the conjunction in between. Okay, so we combine two simple sentence by using conjunction, then we will have compound sentence. Okay, the formula is will be simple plus conjunction plus simple equal to compound. Okay? Simple sentence plus conjunction plus simple sentence equal to compound sentence. Okay? Yeah, this is a sentence construction of it. Okay. I think the most normal one, the normal compound sentence, we can construct it by using fanboys. Fanboys will be the conjunction, the acronym for the conjunction. Okay, when you use fanboys, after the fanboys, we need to use fanboys and a comma before. Before the fanboys, usually we should put comma there. And we can also construct compound sentence by using semicolon, a colon, and also a dash. Okay, so but this is very occasional. Okay, if you have the ability, if you have the flexibility to use semicolon or colon and dash in writing compound sentence, you can do so. You may do so. Okay, but the most normal one, the classic common one, we use fanboys. Okay, let's have a look at what is fanboys. Okay, I think this is widely used by teacher across Malaysia, or I think most English teacher, I think will use this acronym to explain about conjunction. Okay, because it's easy for the student to understand. Okay, let's have a look one by one. Okay, F is for A and N is for nor, B is for but, O yet. O is for or, Y is for yet, and S, last one, would be for so. Okay, and do I need to explain everything here? Okay, I do not think that I need to further elaborate on this because you have learned this in school. Okay, and as I mentioned earlier, today we are going to focus on practicing your sentence construction. Okay, example here. I like tea and he likes coffee. Okay, I like tea will be one simple sentence, and he likes tea will be the second simple sentence. So, here we can use the conjunction of and to express or to combine the idea of their preference. Okay, like tea, like coffee. The next one, I like hot chocolate. Okay, imagine, without this one, I like hot chocolate. Okay, without this one, we still understand. Okay, we still understand. So this one, I like hot chocolate, is one complete simple sentence. While another part of it, okay, it sends it sends me to sleep. Okay, it's the similar cases. Without the first part, okay, without the first part, the second, we still manage to understand the second part. So it means that the second part is also independent clause. So instead of using and, instead of using fanboys, we can replace it by using semicolon. Okay, I like hot chocolate. It sent me to sleep. Okay, instead of putting comma there, sorry, if you put full stop there, it will become simple sentence. So if you want to avoid from using simple sentence throughout, okay, you can replace it with semicolon. Okay, the same case with example number 2. Okay, we refer to example number 3. I know one thing. Okay, it is clear idea. I love that girl. It is also a clear idea, but you change it by using and put colon in front. So the last one, I know you are here. And this one, they put dash. I can smell your perfume. Okay, so next time while you are writing, instead of stopping at very simple sentence, okay, try to use fanboys, semicolon, colon, or dash to make it become compound sentence. Okay, and if the examiner see that you have the various type of sentence, okay, and it's correct, it helps you to gain marks. Okay, next one, last one. Not last one, maybe this is the last structure. Okay, but before that, I think I would like to provide another example here. Wait for a while. Okay, let's see. What if, let's say if I change uh, example number 1. I like tea. I like chocolate. Okay, there I have two simple sentences. I like tea and I like chocolate. Okay, if we want to make these sentences to become compound sentence, what can we use? Okay, for this case, we can use fanboys. Okay, but you can just quickly you can just what we call it, you can just simply use fanboys. Okay, so it will become I like tea and chocolate. Okay, this will be another style of writing compound sentence. Okay. See, so let's proceed. Let's proceed to the third sentence structure that you can use for writing, in your writing. Okay. Okay, complex sentence. Okay, as I mentioned, I will only have three structure today. But since we have time, so I might discuss on another structure, which is compound and complex sentence. It's a combination of compound and complex. So, and I think, as I told you before our session start, this session will be quite easy topic, and I hope my explanation will enlighten you on how to use the sentences. Okay, let's proceed to another sentence, another structure that we can use in writing. Okay, it is complex sentence. Okay. Oh, pardon for the display here. I'm sorry about this. Maybe it is something wrong with my color choice. Okay, the definitions of complex sentence is, okay, a complex sentence is a sentence with one independent clause and at least one dependent clause. Okay, so refer here. One IC and at least one DC. Okay, it is a combination of one IC and one DC. One independent clause and one independent clause. Okay, so you can, okay, this will be the simplified version of it. The simplified versions of the meaning or the definition. Independent. For complex sentence, you need to remember that it is independent plus dependent. Okay, how many? How many independent clause or and dependent clause that we need to construct complex sentence? Okay, the answer is one dependent clause and at least one dependent clause. And we join independent and dependent clause to construct complex sentence by using or by linking it using subordinating conjunction. Okay? Okay, now, since we have proceed to complex sentence, okay, can you see the difference between compound sentence and complex sentence? The element of it? Okay. Let's refresh a bit. Okay, for compound, it is the combination of IC plus IC. But for complex sentence, it is the combination of IC and DC. Okay, and for compound sentence, normally we use fan voice. While for complex sentence, we link or we join the clauses, the sentence by using subordinating conjunction. Okay, so that will be the difference between compound sentence and complex sentence. Okay. Okay, this will be, okay, here are 10 of the most common subordinating conjunction. Okay, they are used at the beginning of a subordinating clause, which is a clause that does not make sense on its own. Okay, here, does not make sense on its own mean did not express complete thought. Okay, this will be some of the common one, and we still have a lot of subordinating conjunctions out there. So what you can do is you can just quickly Google by using your telephone and search for subordinating conjunction. Then you will have a list of it. Okay, but here, okay, this will be an image I found on Google, and I find it very interesting, so that's why I use it. Okay, if you notice it's some kind of rainbow, so that's why it is interesting. Okay, the most common one is if. since, as, when, although, while, after, before, until, because. Okay, and sorry, and if you want to add, maybe we can add another one, where, and even though. Okay, and there are a lot more. Okay, if you have if you want to list down the subordinating conjunction that you find online, okay, you can do so in our live chat. Okay, now you have seen the rainbow of subordinating conjunction. Okay, let's have a look at the sentence construction for complex sentence. Okay, for complex sentence, there are only two rules of constructing the sentence for the sentence construction. Okay, the first one, the formula is we use independent clause plus subordinating conjunction. Okay, independent clause plus subordinating conjunction. Okay, I highlight each element with different color because later on we will see example with highlighted one. And dependent clause. Okay, here this will be the first formula. Okay, the second formula is, okay, we start by putting subordinating conjunction right in front of the sentence. Okay, subordinating conjunction and then followed by dependent clause. Okay, okay, if you use the second formula, subordinating conjunction, dependent clause, okay, you need to insert a comma here. Okay, and then you can write your independent clause. Okay, see next. Okay, we will see the example to make things clear for you. Okay, this will be the example for each construction. Okay, we have two formula just now. So for each formula, I have two examples that you can look at. Okay, the first one, the teacher written the homework after she noticed the error. Okay, the yellow one will be the independent clause. Sorry. Okay, we call this as independent clause because it's convey complete thought. It convey complete meaning. Okay, and here after is the subcoordinating conjunction, and the blue one, she noticed the error. After she noticed the error. After she noticed the error is the dependent clause. Okay. Wait. Okay. The whole thing from after until the end. Okay. This is the dependent clause. Okay. So if you see here for number one, we construct complex sentence by using formula number one, where we put subcoordinating conjunction in the middle of the sentence. Okay, second example. The students are studying because they have a test tomorrow. Okay, again, the yellow one is the independent clause, then followed by subcoordinating conjunction and the dependent clause. Because they have a test tomorrow. Okay, because they have a test tomorrow. Yes, good morning, Manol. Okay, the number 4, example number 4. After they finished studying, Juan and Maria went to the movies. Okay, here for example C, here we will use formula number 2. Formula number 2, we have subordinating right in front of the sentence. Okay, here we have subordinating conjunction, and let's locate the DC first. Okay, this is the DC, dependent clause. Okay, and the yellow one would be the independent clause. Okay, and sorry, independent. And if you notice, before we have a quick look at this example, I mentioned that for formula number 2, okay, after the dependent clause, we need to have a comma. So here, look at here. Okay, we have a comma there. So after they finish studying, comma, Juan and Maria went to the movies. Okay, number 4. Even though he was worried, he tried to put it out of his mind. Okay, here again we start with subordinating conjunction, and we have dependent clause here, followed by the comma, and we end our sentence with independent clause. Okay, the formula is quite easy. The formula is easy. Okay, if you know the formula, then you will be able to practice it at school or practice it right after this. Okay, so far I hope you understand. You have clear understanding of what I'm doing or what I'm sharing today. Okay, last one, since we still have time, so I will share on the last structure. I think most of the students use this, and especially for good student. For very good student, they will know how to use compound complex sentence. But it is a good thing for you to learn this, okay? Because obviously you will have variety of sentence structure, and again, I think I've been repeating this like 3 or 4 times already. Okay, and if you have variety of sentence structure in your writing, you will have potential to get high mark for your language. Okay. Okay, compound complex sentence. Even the name itself can be quite scary, isn't it? It sounds complicated. Okay. Yeah, okay. This is where your sentence will start to get busy because there are a lot of elements here. Okay. What is compound complex sentence? Okay, a compound complex sentence is a clause that consists of, okay, it consists of at least 2 independent clauses. Okay, let me highlight that for you. 2 I see, and at least 1 dependent clause. One DC. Okay, so even just by reading the meaning or the definition, you can imagine that your sentence will be very long. Okay, now let's have a look at the formula of it. Okay. All right. Okay, sentence construction. Compound complex sentence. Okay, for compound complex sentence, okay, this will be common structure that we use or that we can use in school in writing compound complex sentence. Okay, there might be other formula there out there, and if you think it is fit for you to apply or to use it, then go ahead. Okay, this will be only one of it. Okay. Okay, the formula to construct compound complex sentence will be, okay, first we have subcoordinating conjunction. Okay, I shared about subcoordinating conjunction in our previous slide, the rainbow one. Okay, so we can start with subcoordinating conjunction followed by the dependent clause. Okay, we have this C here, and don't forget the comma. Okay, after the comma, we have independent clause. Okay, here we have independent clause. Okay, with the mixture, with the combination of coordinating conjunction. Coordinating conjunction, okay, don't be stressed out with the term of coordinating conjunction. Coordinating conjunction will be the fan voices now. Okay. Okay, the coordinating conjunction will be the fanboys. Okay, and we end our compound complex sentence with another independent clause. Okay. Okay, so to to simplify the formula for you, okay, let me just quickly write it here. Sub or plus DC with comma IC plus fanboys plus IC. Okay, that will be the formula of constructing compound complex sentence. Okay. Okay, here. Let's have a look at example here. When she arrived at the train station, she put down her bag and looked at him. Okay, for example number 1, let's okay, if you think that the element is too much, okay, what you can do is first identify the fan voice. Okay, can you identify the fan voice? Where is the fan voice here? Okay, for number 1 and okay. Now, second step, okay, can you identify the subcoordinating conjunction? Where, when, after. Okay, good morning, Ridauddin Shauki. Okay, it almost the end of the session actually. Thank you for coming anyway. Thank you for joining. Okay, second, let's identify the subcoordinating conjunction in example number 1. Okay, here the subcoordination used in example number 1 will be the when. Okay, so based on what we have done in compound sentence, complex sentence, okay, the word form or the sentence formation will be, okay, after when, usually it is the dependent clause. Okay, and we have a comma here. Sorry. Let me rewrite the formula for you. Okay, sub plus DC with comma plus IC fanboys plus another IC. Okay, number 1, okay, we have sub here. Okay, we have DC and we have comma. Okay, here we have IC number 1. And here is the fanboys. Okay. And last one here, we have IC number 2. Okay, so we have Manul. Miss, dependent clause maksudnya apa? Okay. Thank you for asking. Okay, dependent clause and independent clause. I have explained this at the very beginning of my session. No worries. I will just uh, I will just show you again afterwards. Okay, let me finish with the example first. Okay, I will rephrase or I will explain the dependent and independent clause later on. Okay, number 2, example number 2. After my niece had finished her breakfast, okay, after is the sub-coordinating conjunction. Okay, after my niece had finished her breakfast, okay, this is the dependent clause. Okay, then we have comma. She jumped on the couch. Okay, this is the independent clause number 1. Okay, good morning, Baba. Okay, then we have, oh, sorry, I'm not sure about this one. Oh, oh, sorry for the disruption just now. Okay, sorry, here. After my niece had finished her breakfast, okay, after is the subcoordinating conjunction, and this make the sentence become dependent clause. Okay, comma, she jumped on the couch. Okay, this will be independent clause number 1. And we have fanboys. This one is independent clause number 2. Okay, last one. If you let me, okay, if is the subcoordinating conjunction. Okay, if you let me, I would like to show you how sentences are formed. Okay, if you let me here is the dependent clause. I would like to show you how sentences are formed. Okay, this one is IC number 1. And boys, okay, teach IC number 2. Okay, this is a formula that you can use to construct compound and complex sentence. Okay, we still have, I think, a few more minutes. So let's reverse to the beginning of the slides, okay, because your friend Manol asked about the dependent and independent clause. Okay, so Manol, make sure you jot down this. Okay, independent clause. Okay, independent clause is a clause that can stand alone in a sentence. It expresses a complete thought. Okay, here, the keyword is here. It expresses a complete thought. It can stand alone as a sentence. It means that you do not need any subcoordinating conjunction there. Or to make it simple, to make it easier for you to understand, independent clause, you can regard independent clause as simple sentence. Okay, independent clause, you can regard this as simple sentence. Okay, this will be to explain the question by Manul, dependent clause maksudnya apa. Okay, dependent clause is the clause, the one that cannot stand alone as a complete sentence. It cannot stand alone as a complete sentence. It does not express a complete thought. Okay. Okay, when you read dependent clause, you cannot get the meaning of it. You cannot have clear meaning of that. Okay, and usually dependent clause need to be supported with, or usually dependent clause start with subcoordinating conjunction. Okay, do I have the samples of it? Okay, this one. the argument started when she took my book. Okay, this one is independent clause because, okay, imagine without the purple part, without the purple clause, without the purple phrase, can you still understand the meaning of the argument started? The argument started. Yes, it bring clear meaning that okay, the argument has started. Okay, there is argument lah. So it express complete thought. However, it is different situation for the purple part. Okay, let's say I cross this yellow part when she took my book. Can you get the clear idea, or can you get the clear meaning of it? When she took my book, it is some kind of a question lah, isn't it? So when you cannot get the idea of it, or you cannot think of, or if it's not the complete meaning, or it did not express complete meaning, then the phrases is the phrases is dependent clause. And usually, as I mentioned, I'm repeating this again, usually dependent clause starts with subcoordinating, okay, subcoordinating conjunction. Okay. You might want to know what are Manul, you might want to know what are the subcoordinating conjunction, the common one. So let's reverse a bit. Okay. Okay, where is it? Okay. Okay, look, Manul, let's have a quick revision on this one, because I think not only you but your friends too, Ridaudin, also missed this part. Okay. Usually you will find dependent clause when you start to form complex sentence. Okay. Here. Okay. This will be the example, the common. Okay. Good morning, Nafisha Kirin. Okay. Okay. My session almost end in 2 minutes. Anyway, thank you for coming in. Okay. Subordinating conjunction. Okay. Here are 10 common one. Okay, the first one we have if, since, as, when, although, while, after, before, until, and because. Okay, other than this common one, we also have where, even though, okay, and which, that, okay. These are the subordinating conjunction, and we use subordinating conjunction with dependent clause. Okay. All right. Where is it? Okay. Okay. I hope I answered to your question. Manul. Okay. And I think you have been in the session at this part. Okay. Complex. Okay. Okay, so let's try at least let's try to do one complete topic for this one. Okay, let's say the topic that I give to you. Okay, you're welcome, Manol. I hope it's clear, or if it's not clear, we will revise at school. Okay. Okay, advantage of smartphone. Okay, can you suggest me an advantage of smartphone? Okay, the most classic, your classic answer will be for um, easy. It is the communication. Okay. In exam, when you are writing your idea, obviously you will have structure for your paragraph. Okay, this will be the basic one. You have point, elaboration, example, and link. Okay, so let's delegate each element. For each element, what kind of structures, sentence structure that you can use. Okay, the suggested one, or not not widely suggested, but this is just me and my friends. Okay, 4 point, when you are writing topic sentence, maybe you can use simple sentence. Let's say the point, your main idea, the advantage of smartphone is it is the communication. So let's try and construct simple sentence here by using the point of is the communication. Remember, simple sentence it only require, okay, we use the simple one, subject, verb, object. Okay, so the subject is will be the smartphone. Smartphone. Okay. Verb, you can will. Okay, then object is your point. Smartphone will is the communication. Okay, so that is a simple sentence. Okay, now when you are giving elaboration, you can use compound sentence. Okay, giving elaboration usually you provide reasons. Okay, you provide reason, and your most common words, most common uh, linkers that you use to provide reason will be because. Right? So, because is also one of the, we call it as one of the subordinating conjunction. So, when you use because, it means that you have construct complex sentence. Okay. So, let's try why it is the communication. Okay, the reason is, okay, we can connect even from afar. Okay, we can connect with people even they are from the far places. Okay, next one, giving examples. Okay, maybe you can use compound and complex sentence too. Here, okay, if you use complex sentence in elaboration, maybe you can use compound sentence in example. Okay, and then link, maybe you can use again compound and complex sentence. Okay, let's try and construct another sentence here for elaboration. Okay, here you can start with it. Okay, not this one. Okay, we can connect with our friend with is, okay, not because. Okay, maybe we can use even though. Even though they are far away. Okay, when you use even though, here it is the indicator that you use complex sentence. We can connect with our friend. We can connect with our friend with is. Okay, this is simple sentence. Okay, independent clause. Okay, we can connect with our friend with is will be the independent clause. Even though they are far away, it is the dependent clause. So we connect it by using even though. Now you have the complex sentence. Okay, I think giving examples, you can write it by your own. And link or restate the ideas, I think you can practice with your teacher at school. Okay, so it's 10:35 already. It is the end of my session. So before I end my session, I would like to give credit to Majlis Datuk Negeri Melaka for sponsoring the program of free online tuition. And I also would like to express my gratitude to Pejabat Pendidikan Daerah Jasin for the initiative of coming up with ideas to carry out this program, I think since the COVID and proceed until now. And another credit goes to the website that I use, www.learngrammar.net, because I do take some notes from there. Okay, Sujana, thank you, Miss. Welcome. Because I do take some of my materials there. And if you want to do revision, you can also use that website. And another website worth mention will be the Grammar Monster. And another panel that I would like to highlight will be the panel for, sorry, not panel. I would like to highlight the module Masyur PPD Jasin and also module Gemilang JPN Melaka, because it is very good module and we can use it. Okay, so before I really end, just make sure you subscribe the channel so that you can follow other subjects or other classes. And don't forget to hit the like button. See you next time. Assalamualaikum.